Taking a Silversea cruise and you hear about butlers. Do you need a butler? Do you want a butler? What do Silversea Butlers do for you? Hey, this is Jack with Luxury Cruise Tips. Do me a favor and subscribe to my videos. I do post new videos pretty much every week. Now, talking about butlers, as you know, Silversea does have butlers. Other cruise lines offer butlers in some room categories, in suites only. The nice thing with Silversea right now is they do offer butlers in every room category. Now, when I first took my first Silversea cruise, I thought, what do I need a butler for? What are they going to do for me? I don't want someone unpacking. I don't understand this whole butler thing then. And this is several years ago. So I want to talk to you a little bit about what Silversea butlers do and really the reason you really want one compared to other cruise lines. So let's talk about when you first board the ship, you're going to meet your butler. We've had great butlers on all of our sailings. The first thing they're going to do with you is first they'll ask you, are there any preferences that you have for your stateroom? How you want it set up? Are there any beverages you want in your stateroom? What time are you going to go to dinner? How about pillows? They have a pillow menu. Now, some of these things may have already been taken care of in working with your travel professional because there is a preference sheet that your travel professional can work with you on and send that to Silversea that when you arrive, it's done. But I've seen that even if you do that, the butlers will go over the information they have to check. So in our family, hypoallergenic pillows are a big thing. So when we walk in, they've taken care of that. The butlers typically will have 4 to 6 different pillow options. So they will have a pillow menu. I have to say, in all of my Silversea cruises, I have attempted, instead of me providing this information, to interview a butler live. It seems as though they have a company policy regarding social media that they don't want their staff to be on social media. So most of the information I had a conversation with my butler, took some notes, I asked him to be on, but he can't. So again, let's talk about the preferences. You walk in, the first thing they will ask you is to go through the preferences they have. The next thing, once they've checked that, is they'll ask you, do you want them to unpack for you? Yes, they will unpack. It's pretty interesting because I've talked to the butler this morning. He said very infrequently will someone want them to have him unpack. But they do, what they'll do is they'll ask the guest to stay there so that they can show them where they want everything placed so it's just perfect. But it's not something that happens very frequently. The first time we had a butler, our butler offered to unpack, and I'm like, whoa, no, I think we can unpack our stuff. So once that's taken care of, they'll show you all of the hanger types they have. They have 3 or 4 different hanger types. They'll ask if you need help with unpacking, even if you don't want them to unpack. If you need more of one certain type of hanger or another type of hanger, they'll go over the bathroom amenities to make sure you have everything you need, enough towels, the soaps you need, things like that. Now, they'll also go over your preferences regarding beverages. So if you haven't requested any beverages, they will ask you if there's any specific wines you like, any soft drinks you like, a bottle of any given beverage that you want, snacks that you want, so that you're all set up for your full cruise. Now, once you get going on the cruise, your butlers are always available for you. I would say to you, you want to ask them what their hours are. They're typically pretty much morning until midday. They take a couple hours off and they'll work late afternoon to early evening. But even if your specific butler is not around, someone is always there to help out. Now, in addition to the butler, you do have a stateroom or cabin attendant who is going to be making up your cabin, keeping it clean and helping out. They seem to work hand in hand with the butler to make sure everything is flawless during your trip. Now let's look at some of the other things the butlers on Silversea do. So if you want to have a meal in your stateroom, that will go through your butler. So you go onto the TV, there's a full menu on the TV, You can actually pick the items you want. It is not interactive, at least it's not on the Silver Spirit. It'd be neat if it was. You can then call in your order and the butler will bring everything. They will set the stateroom up beautifully. They'll take your table and turn that into your small table in front of your sofa. They put an overlay on that. They'll put a tablecloth on that and it turns into a large table. The menu is vast, so if you want to have snacks, they'll do snacks. Now, other things they'll do regarding food would be in the afternoon, if you want canopies in your room, say it's just the two of you, or you want to entertain, you can request that. Your caviar, which is a big Silversea thing, you can request that. But what I've found is butlers get to know who you are after a couple days. Our butler knows I don't do the caviar. My wife does. But what's happened is when he brings the caviar for her, he heard that I have a sweet tooth, so brownies have shown up, truffles have shown up, cookies have shown up, potato chips have shown up. So they really do a great job of learning about each guest. In terms of alcoholic beverages, my first amazing Silversea Butler experience was several years ago when we were in one of the restaurants and we commented about how great one of the included wines were at dinner. We got back to our stateroom and there were 2 bottles there and it just showed up. So I said to our butler the next day, "Thank you." And he says, "Oh yes, thank you, doctor. I'll always have it." And it seemed as though every day he would ask if there was anything else we needed. Some of the other things the butlers tell me they do, shoe shine. So if you leave your shoes out, the butlers will take them and bring them back all clean. And you may think this makes no sense, or it does make sense, but we've done expedition cruises where our shoes have just gotten dusty and terrible and dirty. And again, we didn't leave them, but the butler kept asking, "Can I take them and clean them for you?" And I said, "Sure." Your dry cleaning or your laundry. Now, if you've sailed 100 nights or more, or you're in a certain level suite, you get free laundry. And it is really just an event in itself because they will take it and usually within 24 hours bring back your laundry. And they bring it back in these gigantic garment bags. It's folded, it's beautiful. They'll ask you if you want them to put it away, but the butlers will take care of the laundry service as well. A few other things our butler who I spoke to said they do, which I've never asked, but I realized once happened, is your glasses. They will clean your glasses. I know that sounds crazy, but if you're out in Africa and every day my glasses came back and we were just dusty and dirty, and each day our butler asked, "Would you like me to have your glasses cleaned?" And I thought, no, I can do that myself. But again, it's something that they indicated that they do. Another thing is, I've got a lot of electronics here. There's cords all over the place. Each evening when we come back from dinner, all of our cords are tied up very neatly and nicely and unplugged. And that's something that between the butler and the stateroom attendant, they are doing. Another item the butlers will do, I've never had this, is they will draw a bath for you. So if you ask your butler to have a bath drawn, they have bath salts, they have bubble bath, just let them know what time you want it and they will take care of it. I think one of the other things that we've seen is if you are celebrating something, whether you tell them or they see it, whether it's a birthday or an anniversary or something, they will decorate the cabin, they will bring in cakes, they will bring in chips. Whatever it is that you want to do during your celebratory experience on the cruise, their goal is to really, really explode with ideas and provide you an amazing experience. I think the highlight for me of having the butlers, all these things we've discussed are amazing, but just meeting and talking to these butlers and the experience, they're very, they listen to what's happening with the guests, and there's things they do for you without you ever asking that voila, just happen. And I think that's what really makes Silversea's butlers very special. As I said, I've sailed on other cruise lines that do have butlers in certain room categories or now all categories, but my experience with them is they really didn't provide any value to me. I think the Silversea Butlers will look for you around the ship, will make sure your day is going great. They know which tours you're on. They're really kind of there. And I really think when I never thought I would enjoy having a butler, it's been a great experience. So if you have any questions about what having a Silversea Butler is about, feel free to leave it in the comments and I'm happy to respond. Hopefully the information on my video has been helpful. Feel free to subscribe to the video and I'll post some more videos every week.